There are layers to leaders, some past, some present, but all define who the leader really is, what he stands for, if you can peel them back one at a time.
He's an encourager, a motivator, a friend, a brother, a son. He got lots of layers.
Draymond Green's layers have been built on a message, were born after a loss, and began in a women's basketball gym back in the early 1990s.
Michigan State was his dream from when he was 4 years old, running from Sparty. You know, we would come down here, my sister played basketball here.
Annette Babers played basketball at Michigan State for one season back in 1991 to 92 because of transferring and injuries. After just that 1 year, she still holds one of the school's top 10 best seasons in blocks and set a single-game school record that held for 14 years until Alyssa DeHaan broke it just recently. And a 4-year-old was captivated by it all.
So he would come down here and he would run for Sparty. Then we get home, he go, "Mama, I'm gonna play basketball at Michigan State."
So it wasn't Magic or Mateen who motivated first, but an aunt who planted the dream of one day playing here. Loved ones have always been important to him. His shoes reflect the names and messages of the friends and family and biblical messages so dear to his heart. The ones he started writing on his shoe even when he was in the first grade, and the ones he has stood on and with ever since.
I know my first time playing organized basketball, I played on 3rd and 4th grade team when I was in kindergarten. I pretty much rode the bench when I was in kindergarten. My brother and them was older than me. They were in the first. No, they were in the second. So I was playing with them, just trying to run with them, and they were a little better than me, but when I got to 1st grade, they had to watch out because I was coming after them.
It was the start to the basketball player. It was also the start to a leader.
When did you know that he could do something special?
When he was in 1st grade. When he was standing on the stage, he was the biggest kid there, but all the other kids were sitting there shaking. You know, he stood up, demanded the attention, so the entire gym was staring to see what Draymond is about to do. And he said, "I am Martin Luther King Jr." And he got a standing ovation. From that day on, you knew he was going to do something because he loved it.
I mean, I've been a talker my whole life. Sometimes it get me in a little bit of trouble, but for the most part, I've always been a talker.
The talker had a captive audience last April after the national title game loss.
We were in the locker room, and my buddy Mariucci and Magic, and I think Mark D'Antonio, everybody was in there.
Just was thinking, what can I say to help get our guys up?
And Draymond said, "Hey, Coach, can I say something?" And he says, "Just remember, last year at this time, North Carolina was down 42-12, and this year they're national champs.
Let's make that our mission, you know, let's do what they did."
And I thought for a freshman that was a very powerful statement.
It wasn't a message from a 19-year-old. It was a challenge from a leader who has prepared for this all his life.
I just think I'm a natural born leader.
He's not afraid to hear his voice.
The kid is going to do something.
By the end of this year and next year, I think he's going to be one of the best we've had.